Hello, check. 1, 2, 3.
With due permission of your lordships, Honorable Mr. Farewell ovation to Honorable Mr. Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua on the occasion of laying down of his lordship's office will be held. For order of reference, may I call upon Mr. M.K. Chaudhary, President, Gauhati High Court Bar Association.
Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Judges of this Honorable Court, the members of the registry and other judicial officers and the staff, my learned seniors in the bar, and my friends. If I want to speak about Honorable Justice Bujor Barua, I may not stop myself. Therefore, I have jotted down so that I can restrict my time. This is a very sentimental moment for many of us. Honorable Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua, as a member of the bar, was a dear friend and a formidable contemporary. And as a member of the bench, was just and conscientious judge whose doors were open to the senior members of the bar, and they were equally magnanimous to my junior colleagues. The impact of a person can be felt not only by his contemporaries, but by the reaction of the lowest rung in the hierarchy of an institution. Today, this rings spectacularly true. The presence of my brother, brothers and sisters, that indicates that as us, the seniors, along with the junior members, as well as the members of the staff of this institution, are saddened by his lordship's superannuation. Throughout our times being associated with this great institution, it was fortunate on our part that our paths collided. His lordship, dare I say, was a breath of fresh air. A man of equity and justice, he made this institution better, and us too. I wish Honorable Justice Bujor Barua a very happy and successful second innings and a very healthy life. Thank you.
Mr. Mahim Chandra Deka, President, Gauhati High Court Advocate Association.
Honorable Chief Justice Acting, Honorable Judges of this Honorable Court, Honorable Mr. Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua, respected President, Gauhati High Court Bar Association, respected Chairman, Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim, respected Advocate General of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, esteemed members of the bar, respected Additional Advocate General of Mizoram and Nagaland, respected Central Government Council, respected Standing Council of Gauhati High Court, respected members of the registry, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to address this August Assembly on the occasion of farewell ovation to Honorable Mr. Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua on laying down of his lordship's office as Judge of Gauhati High Court. Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua was born and brought up at Gauhati, born on 15th December 1961, educated in St. Mary's School, Gauhati, in lower primary. upper primary in Don Bosco School, Gauhati, secondary and senior secondary in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Gauhati, post-graduation from Utkal University, and LLB degree from Government Law College under Gauhati University. After an excellent academic career, Justice Bujor Barua joined the bar on 6 September 1988, and for his efficient performance in legal practice, designated as senior advocate on 4th August 2014. He was also appointed as panel advocate as government of Assam and also Oil India Limited. He also appeared in arbitration proceedings as an arbitrator. He was also appointed as senior government advocate of Arunachal Pradesh on 4th August 2014. Illustrious career of Justice Bujor Barua in legal profession culminated on appointment as the additional judge of Gauhati High Court on 15th November 2016, became permanent judge on 12th November 2018. After so many years as one of the distinguished member of the legal fraternity, his lordships now on superannuation will be able to devote his time and personal excellence in creative activities and also for welfare of the society. On my behalf and on behalf of members of the Advocate Association, I bid heartiest farewell to Honorable Mr. Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua on laying down of his lordship's office as the judge of Gauhati High Court. Wishing lordships a very happy retired life with good health, happiness, prosperity, and long life, along with all his family members.
Mr. Chinmoy Chaudhary, Chairman of Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim.
My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, my Lord, Honorable Achintya Malla Bujor Barua, other judges of our Honorable High Court, the members of the registry, and my esteemed colleagues in the bar. Today, we have assembled in the reference for bidding farewell to one of our sitting judges, Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua, whom I know from about long 40 years back. Lordship joined practice in 1988 and devoted fully for the upliftment of the judiciary as a whole, which is active practice, and served the government as government advocate also for both Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. Then in 2016, on 15th of November, Lordship became a judge of this honorable court, being elevated, and then became a confirmed judge on 12/11/2018, and with dignity held that post of justice. Justice, Honorable Justice Mr. Bujor Barua was very sincere in his work, and he discharged his divine responsibility of becoming a judge with utmost devotion. And Lordship took keen interest in each and every matter that was placed before Lordship and tried to give some solution. Lordship has not grown old. Lordship is retiring at the age of 62, I suppose. But only the other day we had a discussion. Lordship also agreed that we are not old people. I am at 71 still, I feel extremely young. And Lordship also agreed that we are aged maybe, but not old. So it is better to learn how to grow old gracefully. So possibly destiny will help us in doing so. And Lordship was never fond of encomium, nor Lordship was indulging in overweening vanity. He didn't wear any overweening vanity and was dynamic as a lawyer and as well as dynamic as a judge. We are fortunate to have a judge like Justice Bujor. And I hope that Lordship, by that dignified way of life, will climb more and more echelons in the ladder of success and will achieve much more in life. And I wish good health, long life, and purposeful life, Your Lordship, and much best wishes goes to the members of the family of Lordship. My only request to Madam Bujor not to join practice immediately after getting the door open and to give some solaceful company to Your Lordship in the family background. With these words, I wish good health and happy life to Your Lordship.
Mr. Debajit Saikia, Advocate General, Assam.
Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Judges of the Gauhati High Court, Learned Advocate General of Honorable Chief Justice of Gauhati High Court, Honorable Judges of Gauhati High Court, Learned Advocate General of Arunachal Pradesh, Additional Advocate General of Nagaland and Mizoram, Chairman of the Bar Council of Assam and other 3 states, President of Gauhati High Court Bar Association, President of Gauhati High Court Advocates Association, my colleague advocates, brothers and sisters, esteemed members of the registry, ladies and gentlemen present here. As my former speakers have already said, that today we have assembled here to bid farewell to Honorable Justice Achintya Malla Bujor, who is demitting his office on superannuation after a distinguished and fulfilling career. Justice Bujor, although started his practice in 1988, and after having a very roaring practice, he was designated as senior advocate in 2014. And when he was at the prime of his practice and when all the lawyers are looking at him for his competency in this side of the court, he shifted his position and went to the other side. So what we have lost as a lawyer or as a lawyer's fraternity is the gain for the judges or the bench. So after 3 years, he became the full-time or the permanent judge. And during his tenure, I don't think it is a very long tenure, but during this short span of tenure, he has made some very important judgments and laid down some very important principles of law, which I am sure will govern our area for the coming days. Most of the important judgments which my Lord Justice Bujor has delivered went either unchallenged or challenged, and it was upheld also. I can remember 3-4 major matters in which my Lord Justice Bujor has delivered judgments. During the COVID time, I remember myself on one side representing the governor, Senior Advocate late Niloy Dutta on the other side representing Boruland Territorial Council's persons who were at the helm of affairs at that point of time, and Senior Advocate D.K. Mishra. 40 days during the COVID time, we had hearing in my Lord Justice Bujor court. Of course, I was in the court, my Lord Justice Bujor was in the court, and others were doing the cases online. And after 40 days of long hearing, the judgment was delivered, and which, in my humble submission, will hold the field for coming days. What is the role of the governor in the administration of justice and administration of the political activities in BTC area? What is his role under Article 163, whether he can exercise his discretionary power or whether he will have to abide by the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers? this is one case which will have a landmark effect in our coming days in the political spectrum of the state. The other judgment, if I remember correctly, of course, in that case, I did not appear. It was regarding the principles which will govern a detainee under the NSA Act, National Security Act, regarding the prevention detention cases. So that judgment is also holding the field. And at the same time, another important case in which my Lord Justice Bujor was did deliver a judgment in a constitution bench, having 3 judges with him. That was regarding the default bail and the role of the trial judge regarding detention of a detainee, whether it should be 180 days or 60 days or 120 days, and what is the role of the court if a search sheet has been filed. This UAPA matter is also upholding the law laid down by another division bench at an earlier point of time, but there is some reversal. So a lot of things had happened during this 2-3 years time, during the course of last 2-3 years of time, and from 2015 to 2018. My Lord has lot of compassion, and he has special compassion when a compassionate matter comes before the Honorable Court. And also regarding the cases where it is related to pension. My Lord Justice Bujor is very harsh on our officers, and they become very uncomfortable because my Lord Justice Bujor gave lot of importance on the essence of time. At 2 o'clock, bring the instruction. Why that has been done? There is a reason. If the person is not getting pension after 10 years of his retirement, this is the punishment that officer must get. And that is precisely which my Lord Justice Bujor has delivered. So when the officer have to bring the instruction at 2 o'clock, he rightly deserves that uncomfortableness. So I am very obliged that that kind of prompt action from the bench makes the government work in a more prompter way. So I am very obliged, and we hope that in coming times our officers will understand how the administration should be run. My Lord Justice, most of the judgments basically have compassion for the masses. I'm not repeating it once more. But when there is some relief, it is relief for both the sizes. There is no partiality. We cannot take guarantee that from a petitioner's case, the case will be good. It is equally applicable to the respondent sides also. So in most of the cases, I appear for respondents. I know it. In some cases, we got very good judgments, which will help. And sometimes when we lose the case also, it creates a good pathway for the government. So on behalf of the state of Assam, we are extremely grateful to my Lord Justice Bujor because of his strict action against some of our officers. The office or the administration is running in a much better way. The mechanism is set in motion. It is not that the other honorable judges are not doing the thing. Same thing is happening, and this is actually required for having a good coordination. The sync should be there. Today, we are giving farewell to my Lord Justice Bujor, and this is a parting with the honorable judges and the advocates of my Lord Justice Bujor. But as a sitting judge only, his companionship will definitely get in all times to come in the future. And I am sure after his retirement, he will be able to lend his helping hand, not only to the honorable judges when it is required or by this institution, but also by the advocates. Now, all the advocates can straight away go to my Lord Justice Bujor for any kind of advice or any kind of guidance. So we are very happy that that helping hand will be available from now onwards. While summing up, I refer to the quote of the great writer Fred Rogers. Often when you think you are at the end of something, you are at the beginning of something else. When I had some conversation with my Lord Justice Bujor during the course of last few days, he was always mentioning that he would like to go to Supreme Court and start practicing. If that happens, that will be another feather in my Lord Justice Bujor's hat. And also, if he don't do that, his help will always be required in our society. We are always looking forward for that support, and his experience will definitely help us to make the society a better place to live in. My learned friend, Mr. Chinmay Chudhi, has just said that even I was having the same thought. But only thing is that the silver lining of this superannuation today is that it will open the door for his beloved who is sitting behind us. So I hope she should come back to the practice. And I am sure my Lord Justice Bujor will not have any idle time to sit at home from now onwards. That he will require maybe after 20, 25 years. So on behalf of the state of Assam and on behalf of the people of Assam, we heartily express our gratitude to my Lord Justice Bujor Barua. We do bid farewell on this occasion, but you are always amongst us. We look forward for your company in all stratas and all activities of the state government. And I wish you on behalf of the state of Assam, all the best for all your future endeavors. And I wish you good health, not only to you, to all the family members of your lordship. Thank you so much.
Mr. Indranil Chaudhary, Advocate General, Arunachal Pradesh.
Honorable the Chief Justice Acting, other honorable judges, my respected senior colleagues, members of the registry, and my dear friends. When we think of my Lord Justice Bujor, 2-3 things straight away come to mind. One thing, I don't know whether your lordship is aware, your lordship was known, your lordship's court was known as the poor man's court, which by itself is a huge compliment. The other thing that straight away comes to mind about my Lord Justice Bujor is the innovative and out-of-the-box thinking. Just to narrate one incident, I was fortunate enough to appear in that matter. This was way back, about 5-6 years back. We all, as a matter of fact, say that when your lordships are exercising jurisdiction under Article 226, one of the things, basic facets is how your lordships mold the relief. And especially in tender matters, public interest is of paramount importance. In this particular case, it was a tender matter. I was appearing for the petitioner. The tender pertained to supply of geobags. The tender was floated by the Flood Control Department. Naturally, it was of immense public importance. After elaborate hearing, your lordship was convinced that I had a case. I had made out a case. And there were some errors in the decision-making process. But then, how to give the relief? How to mold the relief? Your lordship devised a very ingenious method. Although there was an error in the decision-making process, your lordship ultimately, while granting the relief, directed the government to split up the work between the petitioner, 50% to the petitioner, 50% since the work order was already given to the private party, only keeping public interest in mind. This is the ingenuity in which, the manner in which your lordship delivered justice. It was always an honor and a pleasure to appear before your lordship. And as my esteemed colleagues have already said, this perhaps is not the end. This is perhaps a new beginning. Your lordship, I am sure, will continue to render your lordship service towards the betterment, development of this legal profession. And there are many ways in which your lordship can do it. As an Advocate General of the state of Arunachal, I must also mention that my lord was associated with the state of Arunachal as a senior government advocate for almost, if I'm not mistaken, almost about 2 to 3 years. And your lordship also had the occasion to spend a substantial amount of time in the Itanagar bench. The bar there always was extremely grateful because of the probing questions that your lordship asked. We were always, as lawyers, we were always compelled to prepare a little harder whenever we appeared before your lordship. I, on behalf of the government of Arunachal Pradesh, the people of Arunachal Pradesh, and also the Itanagar bar, I wish your lordship a long and healthy life and further success in the my esteemed colleague, Mr. M.K. Chaudhary said second innings, I would call it third innings because Your Lordship also had a very successful career as a lawyer, a successful stint as a judge. So I would call this the third innings. May Your Lordship have further success in the third innings.
Mr. Anjan Kalita, Additional Advocate General, Mizoram.
Honorable Chief Justice acting of the Gauhati High Court, Honorable Mr. Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua, Honorable Judges of the Gauhati High Court, Madam Uttara Bujor Barua, wife of Honorable Justice Bujor Barua, officials and members of the registry, my seniors and colleagues at the bar. We have assembled here today, as already has been mentioned, that to bid farewell to Mr. Justice Achintya Bujor Barua, who damaged office on superannuation after a distinguished and fulfilling career. I happen to know Justice Bujor Barua since my joining in Gauhati High Court in 1996, when Justice Bujor Barua was also practicing at that point of time. Justice Bujor Barua's brother-in-law, in fact, Abhijit Bhattacharya, and myself, we both started our careers in the same chambers of Mr. A.K. Bhattacharya, senior advocate. That was how, in fact, I was introduced to Justice Bujor Barua. Then I shifted my practice to Delhi for a certain point of time, then in corporate sector. Then I came back again to Gauhati High Court and found Justice Bujor Barua was already been called to the bench as a judge of the Gauhati High Court. I had many occasions to appear before Justice Bujor Barua, and those were really enriching to me as a lawyer. After completion of post-graduation in economics and LLB, my Lord Justice Bujor Barua joined bar in Gauhati on 6/9/1988, and he was designated as a senior advocate in the year 2014. Thereafter, my Lord was appointed as an additional judge of the Gauhati High Court on 15/11/2016 and became a permanent judge on 12/11/2018. Throughout his distinguished career as a judge, Justice Bujor Barua has delivered numerous judgments on various legal issues which have immensely contributed to the growth of procedural as well as substantive laws. Through his sound knowledge of law, hard work, capability of understanding finer points of law, out-of-the-box thinking, and fairness in conduct of cases, my Lord's dispensation of justice was very remarkable. The judicial precedents that Justice Bujor Barua has written bear an eloquent testimony to my Lord's deep knowledge and scholarship in practically all branches of law. Parting is a sweet sorrow which is inevitable. Today, as we bid Justice Bujor Barua farewell, I quote a line written by poet T.S. Eliot. What we call the beginning is often the end, and to make an end is to make a beginning. The end is where we start from. So I hope that my Lord's retired life will be the best part of his life. Now it has been mentioned that my Lord is all thinking of starting a new episode. So I wish we wish all the very best to your Lordship for that endeavor. And I, on the behalf of the state of Mizoram, and on my personal behalf, wish all the very best to Justice Bujor Barua, and wish that Almighty continues to bless him and his family forever with good health, happiness, and prosperity. Thank you so much.
Ms. M. Kechi, Additional Advocate General, Nagaland.
My Lord Chief Justice Acting, Honorable Judges, members of the registry, learned senior advocates, and my dear colleague of this esteemed bar. Today we gather to bid a fond farewell to Honorable Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua, who is an institution in itself, a cherished and dedicated member of this august fraternity. His Lordship was very closely associated with this august institution of the Honorable Gauhati High Court after his joining the bar on 6/9/1988. He practiced in this very High Court as a standing counsel, panel government advocate, and also as a senior government advocate. His Lordship was appointed as additional judge of Gauhati High Court on 15 November 2016 and confirmed as a permanent judge on 12 November 2018. The fruits of his extensive practice in all branches of law as an advocate are reflected in the judgments delivered by his lordship, which will always be remembered and treasured. Your lordship, we say not goodbye, rather until we meet again. May your path be lined with prosperity, and may you carry the warmth of our collective appreciation. The vacuum of your lordship's retirement leave behind an immeasurable memory. While we miss your daily presence in this honorable court, we celebrate the opportunities that await your honor. On this occasion, I personally and on behalf of the state of Nagaland and the people of Nagaland would like to wish your lordship a very healthy, happy post-retirement life, and wish your lordship continued success and fulfillment. May your journey be filled with joy, accomplishment, and new horizons of life. Thank you.
Mr. Biplab Chakraborty, Central Government Council.
Honorable Chief Justice, honorable judges, members of the registry, learned senior members, and my esteemed colleagues. Today we have gathered to bid farewell to one of the distinguished judges, Justice Bujor Barua, whom I have a relation with about 3 decades, more than 3 decades. My lord is, as my previous speaker has said, that my lord's courts is a poor man's court. No sooner a matter listed before the lordship courts, the juniors never felt discouraged because they knew there's going to get some orders, at least some relief. From my personal experience, I want to share one case in which I was appearing on behalf of the Union of India. The matter relates to issue of a NOC, which is called NORI certificates, which one has to submit before going for a higher studies. So because of the bureaucracy and the tussle between the Human Resource HRD Ministry and the Health, the matter was delayed. No sooner the matter came up before Lordship, we have to pull our socks and we have to issue the certificate within after just 2 or 3 hearing, Lordship. Such was the concern for your Lordship for the litigants. So Lordship during his tenure passes various landmark judgment. Because of your Lordship was abundant wisdom and knowledge. And Lordship is blessed with a happy family with a supportive, consistent, supportive wife and 2 blessed angels. We have also taken this profession, challenging professions. So before I extend my best wishes to your Lordship for the second innings and a happy and healthy life, Lordship.
Mr. T.J. Mahanta, Standing Counsel, Gauhati High Court.
My Lord Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua, other Honorable Judges of this Honorable Court, my senior colleague and my junior colleague, members of the registry, ladies and gentlemen who are present here today. Giving farewell to Honorable Judge is always painful. And today, nothing left for me, my 3 Sodhuris and my advocate, Mr. Saikia. So I needed something. Today we bid farewell to Honorable Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua, who is lying down his office as a judge of this Honorable Court. Justice Barua has been with us for 7 years as a judge, and during his entire tenure, Justice Barua was able to earn respect and affection from all quarters. Honorable Justice Bujor Barua was born in a very respectable family of late Achintya Malla Bujor Barua of Nalbari district. Honorable Justice A.M. Bujor Barua, after obtaining LLB degree from Government Law College, joined in his bar in the year 1988. In the year 2014, he was designated as a senior advocate and he was elevated to the bench in the year 2016. He is known for his unique way of conducting the court with his impartial nature and diligence. Justice Barua always tried to give relief to the litigants, keeping in mind the jurisprudential principle of justice, equity, and good conscience. At the time, he is seen very harsh in manner of conducting the court, but at the same time, he is very kind-hearted to deserving litigants. Honorable Justice Bujor Barua has pronounced various distinguished judgments during his tenure as a judge of this Honorable Court. His judgment, that is WPC 14 of 2017, Okhil Gogoi versus State of Assam, reported in 2017 5 GLT 660, is a remarkable judgment on the law of preventive detention. Recently, he has passed various judgments on finance law. Now, we shall always remember him for his various distinguished judgments. Before parting, we must extend our great respect and heartfelt admiration to his better half, Srimati Uttara Bujor Barua for her active support and cooperation, which being, my lord, in the place he is today. Justice Bujor Barua is a proud father of two daughters, Miss Rukmini Barua and Miss Padmini Barua. Both of them have joined in this legal profession in the year 2020. From tomorrow onward, we will not see him in court number 6. We will miss him very much, but he will always remain in our heart forever. Registry of this honorable court shall always remain grateful to the Lordship for his valuable advice and cooperation throughout his tenure in this esteemed institution. I, on behalf of the members of the registry and staff of this honorable court, and on my personal behalf, would like to wish him a long and prosperous life, good health, good luck for his future endeavor. Thank you.
Now, may we have the honor of reference by Honorable the Chief Justice acting.
My esteemed sister and brother judges on the bench, Brother Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua, Madam Srimati Uttara Bujor Barua, Miss Padmini Bujor Barua, Miss Rukmini Bujor Barua, and other family members. Mr. M.K. Chowdhury, President, Gauhati High Court Bar Association. Mr. Mahim Chandra Deka, President, Gauhati High Court Advocates Association. Mr. Chinmoy Chowdhury, Chairman of Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim. Mr. Devaji Saikia, Advocate General Assam. Mr. Indranil Chowdhury, Advocate General Arunachal Pradesh. Mr. Anjan Kalita, Additional Advocate General Mizoram. Ms. M. Kichi, Additional Advocate General Nagaland. Mr. Biplab Chakrabarti, Central Government Council. Mr. T.J. Mahanda, Standing Counsel, Gauhati High Court. Learned senior advocates, members of the bar, registry, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today we have assembled here to bid farewell to Mr. Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua, who is going to lay down office on his superannuation on 14th of December 2023. It is always very emotional when someone with whom we worked for many years bids adieu. Today's parting also leaves the same feeling in our heart and mind for Brother Justice Bujor Barua, who will not be with us in this institution from tomorrow. My association with Justice Bujor Barua has been very pleasant and fruitful. He is a man of strong principles and integrity. His knowledge and depth in various branches of law is immense, which is well reflected in the judgments he has delivered, as well as in the administrative decisions he has taken as a member of various committees of the High Court. Justice M. Bujor Barua was born on 15th December 1961. He did his schooling in Gauhati. He obtained his graduation from Utkal University and post-graduation from Gauhati University. He obtained LLB degree from Government Law College in Gauhati under Gauhati University and joined the bar in Gauhati on 6/9/1988. Justice Bujor Barua had an extensive practice as a lawyer. He practiced not only in the writ matters, but also dealt in other matters such as civil appeals and revisions, criminal appeals and revisions, arbitration petitions and company petitions, etc. He practiced in the High Court as well as in civil courts, Central Administrative Tribunal, Armed Forces Tribunal. He appeared in arbitration proceedings and also conducted arbitration proceedings as an arbitrator. He also attended different judicial inquiry commissions. He was also appointed as Junior Government Advocate of the Government of Assam in the year 2001 and Senior Government Advocate of the Government of Arunachal Pradesh in 2014. Considering his invaluable contribution as a lawyer in the administration of justice and his extensive practice and standing in the bar, he was designated as Senior Advocate in the year 2014. And after 2 years, he was appointed as Additional Judge of Gauhati High Court. Eventually, Justice Bujor Barua became a permanent judge of Gauhati High Court with effect from 12/11/2018. I came to know that Justice Bujor Barua has delivered judgments on many important issues, which have contributed a lot in the development of our understanding of law. I may here mention only a few of his important judgments without commenting on the merits of the case. In Sri Pati Richu versus the Speaker Arunachal Pradesh and others, the Speaker, by order dated 16/9/2016, directed the information provided by 43 MLAs who were earlier members of Indian National Congress, changed party affiliation, and wanted them to be shown as members of People's Party of Arunachal, after they decided to merge with BPA. In Bulletin Part 2, dated 16/9/2016, and also published the same in Gazette. This order of the Speaker was challenged by the writ petitioner on the ground that the Speaker did not have any authority to publish the information of change in party affiliation. The court, after an elaborate discussion on the power of Speaker, found the contention of the writ petitioner unacceptable, as the Speaker has the authority to publish in the Bulletin Part 2 under Rule 4.3 of the Arunachal Disqualification Rules 1987, any information that a member may provide as regards his party affiliation or as to any change in party affiliation, it was held that the order of the Speaker did not amount to determination as to whether merger has taken place or not, or as to recognition of any merger. In other words, the impugned order does not involve any decision by the Speaker recognizing the merger. In NIA versus Dhirja Konwar and others, the main issue was whether an order refusing to extend the period of detention of an accused beyond the period of 90 days up to 180 days under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act would be an interlocutory order or a final order. The court was of the view that the fundamental and legal right of the respondents not to remain in custody in connection with the investigation in the NIA case by following the procedure of law had been finally determined. Moreover, by the impugned orders, the proceeding on the subject matter of the extension of detention in custody of the accused persons for investigation have come to an end. Hence, it was held that the impugned orders are final orders and not interlocutory orders. Likewise, in a PIL case, Dwijin Bhattacharya and others versus the state of Assam and others, the court, in order to protect the forest cover on the Gita Mandir Hill, interpreted the word forest broadly and held that the restrictions under Section 2 of the Forest Conservation Act 1980 would also apply to the forest cover on the Gita Mandir Hill in Gauhati, whether or not such forest cover is declared as a reserve forest or a protected forest. Hence, the court directed the government of Assam to ensure that the existing forest cover on the Gita Mandir Hill in Gauhati is not used for any other non-forest purpose in terms of Section 2 of the Forest Conservation Act 1980. There are many such notable judgments on important issues, but due to time constraint, only few judgments have been referred. I would also like to add that Justice Bujor is very down to earth and a humble person, like a tree full of fruits. His commitment to his service as a judge and his amiable personality will never be forgotten. It goes without saying that Mr. Justice A.M. Bujor, leaving Gauhati High Court, would be a loss to the judiciary. He fully deserved the effusive praise showered upon him by the learned representatives of the bar. Indeed, Gauhati High Court will be deprived of the valuable services of such a seasoned and mature judge. I am sure my colleagues on the bench would agree with me that we are all going to miss Mr. Justice A.M. Bujor. In any case, we shall continue to seek his sagacious advice in future for the betterment of the institution to which we all belong. I, on my own behalf, and on behalf of my esteemed colleagues on the bench and members of the registry, wish him good health and happiness to embark upon a new chapter of his life with enthusiasm. Thank you.
May we have the honor of reply by Honorable Mr. Justice Achintya Malla Bujor Barua.
Honorable the Chief Justice Acting, Brother Jamir, sister and brother judges, Mr. M.K. Chaudhary, President, Gauhati High Court Bar Association, Mr. Mahim Chandra Deka, President, Gauhati High Court Advocates Association. Mr. Chinmoy Chaudhary, Chairman of Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and Sikkim. Mr. Devajit Saikia, Advocate General, Assam. Mr. Indranil Chaudhary, Advocate General, Arunachal Pradesh. Mr. Anjan Kolita, Additional Advocate General, Mizoram. Ms. M. Kechi, Additional Advocate General, Nagaland. Mr. Biplab Chakraborty, Central Government Council. Mr. T.J. Mohanto, Standing Counsel, Gauhati High Court. Senior advocates present. I can see Mr. N.C. Das, perhaps the senior most present here today. My friends in the bar, most important for me and closest to my heart. Members of the registry, ladies and gentlemen present. 35 years back, with a coat, band, and a gown in hand, I walked into the gates of the Gauhati High Court with an aspiration to be a lawyer. But some smiling faces standing in front of the outer gate, with a desk being put across the gate, informed me that it was a lawyer strike on that day, and therefore I cannot enter. I smilingly accepted the gesture to come back in the same manner on the next day, and thus began my career as a lawyer. Earlier, I never had seen the functioning of a court, and my first day upon entry into the court was an experience of itself, and a learning process began. I had seen the ups and downs associated with the legal profession as a young lawyer. Sometimes in an upbeat mode when things are going well, and sometimes a bit of despair also creeps in when things are down, and wondering as to whether I came to the right place. But perseverance prevailed to enable me to overcome all such despair, and gradually any such despair that may have been initially there started disappearing, giving me the feeling that yes, I belong to this place and that I have made it. So young friends in the bar, sincerity, dedication, hard work, and determination always pays off, but the effort must be unwavering. The phase of my career as a lawyer was ever inspiring, enjoyable, with a lot of memories to savor. The small incidents that keep on happening gave us immense pleasure. I can refer to Mr. Chinmoy Chaudhary as regards certain events. And it always made the life as a lawyer very enjoyable. I'm not seeking to narrate the numerous incidents which I have in my mind, but I believe most of the members of the bar are aware and upon any reminder would take a renewed pleasure in many of them. I had spent some of my best moments in sharing it with my friends in the bar. I shall forever cherish it. I thank all my friends in the bar for making my life memorable in my career as a lawyer and for all the help, good wishes that have been bestowed upon me. Upon being elevated as a judge, the enjoyable moments that are available may be at a slight variance, but are also equally enjoyable and memorable. I have many such good memories with my sisters and brothers in the bench, both past and present. The Wednesday lunch meetings were always looked forward to, not only because of the good food, but because it also gives an opportunity to meet everyone and spend some relaxed moments chatting and joking with each other. It gives a sad feeling that from tomorrow I would have to be a little away from the regular meetings with my sisters and brothers in whose company I was in for a long time. But as regards of my friends in the bar, perhaps the feeling is otherwise, as from tomorrow I'll be free to interact with all of them, and I really look forward to it. I can say with conviction that the doors of my house are open to all, and I welcome everybody. In my journey as a judge, the only thought when I sit in the court is that whatever I do is without fear and favor. Maybe the word fear had some effect of its own, I don't know. But whatever was done, it was for the unseen face of the litigant before the court, and it was the motivating factor. If the litigant is entitled for any kind of redressal of his grievance, I'm of the view that it should be granted. I thank the Almighty for all the blessings bestowed upon me, which enable me to be where I am today. It's God's grace for everything. We are just a medium. I also thank my parents, the most simple and humble persons I have ever come across, for their blessings, love, and guidance. Perhaps my father would have been happiest to have seen this day today. Also my mother, of course. I thank all my seniors, colleagues, friends, and all my junior colleagues in the bar for their contribution and support in my entire career till today. I also thank my sisters and brothers in the bench for making my tenure as a judge in the bench a memorable one. I thank the Registry of Gauhati High Court for their continuous support in respect of anything required for discharging my duties. I especially thank my court team for their relentless effort, which helped me in accomplishing my work. My private secretaries, Shivani, Alam, Minu, and Dibjyoti, are of the highest order. And I consider myself fortunate to have them with me for discharging my work. My two court masters, Devadatta Boro and Mriganka, for their complete control as well as for the alertness of Mriganka, who always follows the court proceedings and knows what would be required even before it is asked. The alertness of Mriganka I can illustrate. The other day there was a cyber attack in the live proceedings. Before anybody could realize what was happening, it was the alertness of Mriganka who immediately switched off the line. Otherwise, it would have been really embarrassing for everyone. The kind of visuals that were possibly projected. I also thank my research associate, Bidika, for all her help. She was always there, whatever I wanted to be researched or to be found out. My two ushers, Anil Borman and Sugri, who always kept a close watch on all my requirements. I also thank my court attendants for their meticulous effort of taking care of all my needs and all our needs, in fact. I also thank my chauffeurs, Gogoi, Narzari, Mokbul, Sharma, and Rabha, all of whom had been with me from time to time. I also thank the entire protocol team of the Gauhati High Court for making it comfortable of all my travels, as well as also any need that may arise. I also thank the computer team for their prompt response on any call, which enabled a smooth functioning of the court. I also thank all the employees and staffs of the Gauhati High Court, without whose cooperation discharging my duties would have been difficult. I should also make a special mention to thank the people and establishment of Arunachal Pradesh, with whom I was connected for a pretty long time. As a lawyer before the bench, as a senior advocate of the state, and my long stint in the Arunachal bench, I can notice Mr. T.T. Tara, the president of the Arunachal Pradesh Bar Association, is present. I request Mr. Tara to convey my thanks to all little Pradesh. Every good thing in life has to come to an end. So it will be from today of the good times I had a judge of the Gauhati High Court. But looking back, I cannot but say that it have given me immense satisfaction and pleasure to have been here. Gauhati High Court is known for its high standards of tradition and culture, and we all take a pride in it. It is the common responsibility of us all to uphold the tradition. Long-standing traditions which have survived the test of time should not be altered merely because another form of tradition is prevailing in some other place. I especially thank my wife, Rupa, who is present here. I think she's known to as Rupa to many more than Uttara. It's a sacrifice for more than 7 years when I am holding the bench because she is prevented from continuing with her legal profession. I also have to apologize to my family for the very less time I could give them during all this time. I think from now onwards, situation may be better. I also thank my two daughters, Rukmini and Padmini, who also had to bear with me in the progress of my career. Both of them are lawyers. They are also busy in their own way. I also was busy in my own way. So situations at times were such that we used to have to fix appointment time for meeting each other for a family interaction. I think from now on it's. I conclude once again extending my heartfelt gratitude to all and thank everybody for everything they had given me. Parting is always a pain. And today I realized it more when I have met so many friends of me from the bar today, some yesterday. From today, I'll no longer be a part of the Gauhati High Court, either as a lawyer or as a judge. Perhaps my entry can only be as a guest, but I'll always be a part of it. This is where I'll have to part to some extent. But as I said, all good things must come to an end. And for me, as the intricate part of the Gauhati High Court, maybe today is the day. On compassionate appointment, what Mr. Saikia had referred, the word itself is the answer. It is compassion, not technical. So perhaps I have read the whole concept in that manner. So I thank everybody. I pray to God that his blessings will be bestowed on all. His blessings will be bestowed on all, so that everybody moves forward and reaches higher excellence from here onwards. I had a wonderful time with everybody. Memories are so many, and the individual friends of me in the bar must be knowing the individual incidents, individual interactions which had taken place. And I'll always cherish all such occasions in my mind. And I also believe the same will continue now. Of course, like I said, now I'll be a guest whenever I come, but still I'll be a part of it. So everybody, thank you once again. And thank you for everything that you have all have given me, your love, your affection, your good wishes, without which it would not have been possible as to where I am today and from where I'm living today. Thank you. Thank you all.
The farewell ovation is now complete.